Welcome back to the podcast. It is, well, you guys don't know, but it's been a little while since we recorded an episode. We're all back in Boca. We're all hanging out, having fun, but is certain stuff that has been going on that you guys don't know unless you've been checking out my Instagram and stuff. But today on the podcast, we got Lucas Montana, number one co-host over here.
Yo, 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 yo.
And yeah, the thing that has been going on with me, I'll tell you guys about it. I have been doing a challenge with my mom and Lucas and my brother Cody, and who has the best transformation in 30 days. We were going from December 12th and we're going to January 12th, and we're almost there. And right now, I've been locking in. I went to New York for a bit, but I kind of ate like shit, but now I'm locking in. And the great thing about Lucas is he actually went through his own little challenge he did. You want to touch on it?
Yeah, I could talk about this little challenge that I did. We were playing basketball at Lake Wyman, and then we went into Luke's car. And then I said, I feel like I could not use social media for 7 days, for like a week. And that included no Snapchat, no Instagram, no TikTok, and I think no YouTube as well. I kind of counted that as social media because you have YouTube Reels on it, and I did it for a week. It was a pretty tough challenge. It was mentally, yeah, it was pretty hard. I thought I was gonna like missing out on a lot of things because we have like our main group chat on Snapchat, and then like everyone just sends reels on Instagram, and then TikToks, just TikTok. But yeah, I told myself I could do it, and I did it. Trying to prove to myself that if I put my mind to it, I can do anything I want.
No, I remember during the challenge, I actually have a video I'll put on the screen while you're talking that we were like,
No Snapchat.
Lucas,
No Instagram.
are you really gonna
No
not go on
YouTube.
social media for
No Netflix.
a week? And he said he wasn't. I didn't believe him at all because knowing Lucas, like, don't be a Lucas, the meme that was going around. But I was very, very proud of you. What was the biggest thing the hardest thing that you had going through that week experience, and the thing that kind of bettered yourself?
The hardest thing that I had, or not the hardest, but there were a couple challenges that I had to face when I was doing the no social media. I'd say the first one would be going to sleep without my phone. I'm so used to like going to sleep, trying to find that last video on YouTube or like last show or episode to watch to help me go to bed. But when I'd go to bed and I was just alone, I'd just read something I'd never do in my life. I didn't do it all the times. Like sometimes I'd get home and just like pass out. But one night I just like got home like, damn, what do I do? Like I can't scroll through my phone. I can't go through TikTok. And then I'm like, you know what? Let me just find a book on my phone, read the book, and then like 5 minutes later I just passed out. I feel like that was kind of a challenge because you're just like not. I'm not used to like not having my phone at the end of the night and going through YouTube and watching like endless YouTube videos on like the most pointless, countless things where I could just be like sleeping and getting like good rest for the next day. And then another hard part is I went on a trip to Orlando to St. Augustine for a couple of days, and just the drive was just so bad. It's like, what do you do? You're in a car with your parents. Yes, we socialized, we did that, but you can't watch no YouTube, no reels, 4 hours long.
So what do you do?
I'd listen to music, and then I'd just be searching random things up on like Google.
Mhm.
I searched up like this credit card that I wanted to get, which I got. It's coming in a few days.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, and I searched a bunch of like workout routines, like what's the difference between like this and that. I don't know, just a bunch of like random stuff, just searching up and I don't know, trying to keep myself busy, like looking for new jobs while I was like on the trip, and of course talking to family as well. But sometimes I'd just be there alone, like just sitting down,
Mhm.
listening to my own thoughts.
Now, when you listen to your own thoughts, how do they make you feel? Because, like I said with Michael on the last episode, I was talking about the hardest part. Well, the thing that can make you feel the most lonely is sitting in your own thoughts, but could also make you the happiest. It's all how you envision it. You know what I mean? So when you sat through your thoughts, how did it make you feel?
At first, it was scary.
Yeah.
It's something you're not used to, something that you don't want to like do. There are times I'm just there. I'm just like, it's like, wow. Like there's a lot that goes on in my brain that I just don't like ever like want to notice and just push off or shove away. Like when certain emotions come up, I just either go on my phone to like forget about it and just get like that dopamine from the phone, which would just make me think of something else. But yeah, I'm still trying to get used to it. Don't get me wrong. I kind of want to, like, I don't know. I heard somewhere, don't quote me, but it's kind of like it's good to be bored. Like, boredom's a good thing.
I was just about to touch on that because now I feel like with everybody on their phones and everything, nobody sits through that bored feeling. Whenever they get bored, they cover it up with TikTok or they do something else that messes with the boredom. But I feel like that boredom everybody needs to go through it. It's just something with your brain.
I agree with you. I think it's good to rewire your brain because if you think about during like the hunter and gatherer times, or just not now, just like times back then with like technology wasn't really big, like we would just be with each other instead of like trying to find the next YouTube video, like caring what like how other people live. Like think about it. If you didn't have social media, you wouldn't care what this pop star or this artist or this actor is doing in their life. You care about what you're doing and what's the next big thing for you, which is actually a good thing because I feel like nowadays we're all so involved in other people's lives. We forget about ourselves and we just ignore our own feelings and just ignore everything that happens around us. We just don't, yeah, we just ignore it.
I feel like that also changes the way that other people feel because when you post things on social media, it's really I mean you could either do it. Do you think if you here for you, why do you post things on social media?
Me personally, I don't post things on social media. For example, like the only things I'd post is like I say if my friend posts something, I'm in it, I'll repost it. Or like TikToks. I did make a couple TikToks, but they're just joke TikToks.
But do you do it just because like for you, or do you do it for people to laugh and think it's funny?
Oh, I think I posted one. Shout out my boy Tommy here, where he posted one with his girlfriend, where it's like things I do for you, or like something when I'm tired, and I just made fun of it and posted that, just cause.
Because the thing I'm trying to get to is like why do people post on social media? I feel like because I post for two. I mean, I really use social media to post for the podcast, to post to motivate people, like I'm doing for the challenge I'm doing with my mom, and it's also motivating myself. Like I like feeling accomplished because it takes me a while to edit some videos and I post them. I'm like, damn, I did this. But there's also people who post to get validation and compliments from others. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can agree with that. I mean, social media, it just depends on how your brain's wired and how you seek to use it. Like a lot of people seek for validation. Other people seek for like networking or growing a business or trying to start something up. It really depends on like how you view the world.
Do you think it's possible for everybody in the world to do what you did, just stop going on social media, or because people have
No,
businesses and everything, they can't do that?
no, they can't. It depends. It depends on the person. Like our age, I feel like at our age is a great time to learn to detach yourself from social media.
Hmm.
What I mean by detach is like just not scrolling around. Like yes, I'm back on social media, but I promise you, I've not looked at Reels. I've deleted TikTok and I only use Snapchat for group chats,
It's impressive.
which is like weird because I never thought I'd do that. It's crazy. I no, like straight up, bro.
Snapchat's just for the group chat.
Yeah, just for the group chats.
No huzz.
Just for the group chats. Just for the group chats.
That's it. I don't know. I can't really. I don't get rid of it because the podcast, and I like. I sometimes like scrolling at night, which is bad. It's a bad habit, but after such a long day of school or a long day of whatever I'm doing that just really exhausts me, I like to scroll for a couple of minutes, but then I'm like, all right, time to go to bed.
No, I get that. That makes sense. Like when I had long days during the challenge and I just sat in my bed, I'm like, damn, what do I do?
Last thing, well, not last thing, but another question. Did you did you learn who your real friends were when you were in that challenge? Like who texts you when you're not in the group chat? Who asked you to hang out and then you don't have to ask them?
Um, you know, when it comes to that, I feel like it's solely up to you to really be like the initiator when it comes to texting people or making plans because like yes, if you're the one always making plans, I think people just get used to that and they get complacent to it and they always expect you to make plans and never reach out to you, which isn't a bad thing, right? But it, I wouldn't say like it showed my true friends. I mean, I know my true friends deep down. Like I know who's real and I know like who I don't want to like be around with. But yeah, I'd say so. It kind of showed a little bit. But I feel like with no social media, like if you want to know what's going on, you got to find out yourself, which is a good thing because it you kind of learn a lesson from that. Because this world is about you, and you're responsible for everything that happens in your life. You can't dictate what other people like, what other people's lives is. You have to dictate. It's you. You know, it's just you. You choose your life, and whatever happens to you is because of you, no one else.
Another thing, I did the no social media thing about earlier in 2024. So happy New Year, everybody. I know we didn't get to say it, but earlier in 2024, I did this challenge. Maybe it was about a year ago, maybe. And the thing that I really realized is how much free time you have when you get off your phone. Because when you go through your days and you don't go on social media, you're not constantly worrying about what other people say or worrying about other people's lives. You realize I could be doing this, this, and this, and this. Because even in that week that you got off social media, you told me me and Luke are finally doing our meeting that we pushed off. Like you actually got shit done. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you get a lot done, and you realize that one thing I realized was I was pretty. It's like a stupid realization. It's not really like crazy, but it's like wow, I spend so much time on my phone, and like I just forget about everything else around me. It's like you don't understand how much time you spend on your phone, like just on social media. There's 24 hours in a day, so on average, a teen spends. I just searched it up right now. On average, in like 2024, a teen like in our generation spends about 4.8 hours on social media a day, which is crazy. There's 24 hours in a day. That's 4 hours gone, and you sleep for what, 8 hours? 8 plus 4, 12, right? Quick math, it's 12. And you have 12 hours for you. Isn't that crazy? Like how much time is like spent on social media?
And people, when you think about it, people use social media and then it takes away from their sleep. So kids are so tired and they're not being as productive. And even adults now too. I know my mom's gonna watch this, and she goes on social media a lot before she goes to bed, and she has to stop that because it affects my dad's sleep. Got you, dad. But yeah, but I everybody struggles with it.
It's hard. Don't get me
It is
wrong.
hard.
It's hard, but you have to realize that if you want to be a healthier, better person, outshine, outglow everyone, you gotta sacrifice. You gotta do the sacrifices to get to that point.
The thing that sucks is when I got off social media and stuff, I tried to use messages so much more than Snapchat, Instagram. It just felt so much healthier to use messages. And nobody likes using it, man. Like, I'll text people and they just won't respond to me. But the thing that I started doing about 3 years ago, when I started getting a little more social, I I gave people three strikes. I put an effort 3 times. I put an effort, and then if they don't put an effort, I'll do it again. And then if they don't do it, I'll give them like 3 chances. And then after the third one, I'm done trying.
But
And it's all up to them.
I feel like for that, social media puts a cause to like why they won't respond because they don't see it as important because they rather be like on their phone scrolling. That's more important to them than responding to a friend or responding to someone who's reaching out to them, which I have felt victim to a couple of times. Don't get me wrong. I feel like it happens to a lot of us. We're watching a YouTube video and then you get a message and you're like, I'll respond later. Because you're so locked in on like the video, which is nonsense, bro. Like recently I was watching like these YouTubers I used to watch. I was watching a video. I'm like, wow, this is so like it's so brain rot. It's like it's so stupid. Why am I watching this? I'm not gaining any value from it. I'm not learning anything from it. The entertainment's just like not entertaining me anymore.
So now you read books.
Trying. Not really. Dude, it's tough to read books. I want to get into audiobooks.
The audiobooks are good.
Oh, I've been like on Joe Rogan's podcast, bro. I've been watching that a lot. It's pretty cool.
Joe Rogan, they're long. They're very, very
And
long.
they're cool. I like them.
You know what you should start doing? This is what my coach told me when I used to do MMA. He said, when you're in a car, you have to use your car as like a car school. You listen to podcasts, you listen to motivational stuff, you listen to stuff that will teach you. You use that time because you're in the car a lot and you don't realize it. Use that time to listen to things that help you grow and help you learn, and not just things that are rap music or stuff like that. I mean, occasionally if you're with your friends driving, listen to music, but if you're by yourself and you have that time that you're just not doing anything, use it to learn. And I used to do that a lot. Every morning I would listen to a podcast on the way to school, on the way back. I would always listen to podcasts, and it really helped me, man. Like I learned a lot without even realizing it, because even if you're not even paying attention to the podcast, it's still sinking in your brain. While you're driving, you'll listen to the words a little bit, but you won't really understand, but you do understand.
That's actually, I think there was a study done where like what you listen to the car in your car is like what your brain hears, and your brain, like when your brain hears it, like it's stick in there like a little bit longer. I know that makes no sense, but like when people always listen to rap, they're just gonna start like thinking thoughts of like guns, like girls, do this, do that. But if you like change what you listen to, like if you listen to classical music, I feel like you'll start you'll like, it's an experiment. Try 30 days only rap, and then try 30 days classical music,
Yeah.
or 7 days, blah blah blah, how many days, and you'll like slowly start to realize like, oh, like you'll start changing like your personality just a little bit.
Can I tell you something that has to do with that?
Mm-hmm.
So whenever I watch a movie, it's been like this for years. I start acting like the character that I like. It's weird.
Yeah,
So
baby girl.
let's say I watched Elvis about 2 years ago or a year ago. I started acting like the character and acted chill, just walked around, started just acting like him. And then I watched, let's say, I don't know, fucking Batman. I started acting like Bruce Wayne, just being nonchalant, dressing
Slick
up in
back hair.
yeah, slick back hair. Did you ever do that? Like you watch something, you start acting like it without even realizing it?
Yeah, that's actually a true thing. What we do, we imitate things that we see as to like cool or look up to because we want to be just like that.
Mm-hmm.
Not just like that, but like, you know, it's like we're humans are just basically monkey see, monkey do. It's true, bro. Like when you're a kid, you'd copy what your parents would do, right?
Yeah.
It's still the same thing. Like if you like, damn, I want that lifestyle, bro. Who wouldn't want to be like Bruce Wayne? Crazy lifestyle. But no, I do that sometimes with movies, TV shows, because it like changes the way you act. Like that dictates.
So we talked about some great topics. We talked about social media. We talked about monkey see, monkey do. What you see, you kind of act like what you see because it'll just stick in your mind. And we talked about just people's addictions to doom scrolling and social media. So what's your biggest takeaway from this podcast?
Biggest takeaway, or you know what? Actually, not biggest takeaway, but I want to challenge the people watching this. You know, try a day, or 2 days, or 3 days. You know, slowly by slowly. I mean, 7 days. It's not that bad. You know, it's a short time, but without your phone, it may seem like a long time. Try 3 days without social media and see what happens. Just give it a go. It'll change your life. It changed mine. It'll change yours for the greater good.
I'm going to add on to that actually. So I want to also challenge the people. Not challenge. I want to give you a reason to do this challenge. So look at your life right now and get out a piece of paper, get out a Google Doc, get out a notes app, and write how long you sleep for, the amount of hours, right? How long you work out, how long it takes you to eat your food, and then how long you're on social media for. And just look at the hours in your day and think about if you're spending them the way you actually want to spend them. So, thanks for listening and do those things right now. Thank you. Nice talking with you, Lucas.
All right. See you on the next one.